If you have always wondered if trading a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio or trading a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio, which is more profitable? Well, I'm going to be sharing with you in this video all possibilities, all the dark sides, and all the benefits of trading a 1-to-1 risk to reward or a risk to reward ratio higher than 3 or 5. And in this video, I'll be sharing my opinions, my thoughts, my experiences, and feel free to do with that as you please. If you are here, you can kindly help us by subscribing to the channel so you can get more information about trading psychology and insights with me. So, which is better? 1-to-1 risk to reward or 1-to-5 risk to reward? Now, we can all agree, if you have any form of experience in the trading community, that you win more when you trade 1-to-1 risk to reward because you arrive at your take profit earlier. Your win rates are higher. However, while your profit margin may seem few, you compare to the guy with 1-to-3 risk to reward or 1-to-5 risk to reward. Meaning when you risk $100, you're pulling out $100 from the market. But the guy with a 1-to-3 risk to reward is risking $100 and getting out $300. Easy to assume or easy to say that I guess maybe 1-to-3 risk to reward or 1-to-5 risk to reward is better. But then let me paint you an analogy. Here are the numbers. The numbers as in fact. What does numbers say? You get a higher win rate, probably make more financially if you use a 1-to-3 risk to reward. Depending on the strategy and other elements, you are expected to make a fraction more. Although your win rate is lower, you are expected to make a fraction more than the person with a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Or so you think. What does the reality say? For that, I'm going to just bring this very weird ornament on my table. Okay. Let's just focus on the video. This is because it is bigger, this is the 1-to-3 risk to reward guy. And this is the 1-to-1 risk to reward guy. Something you should understand. Let's say this 1-to-1 risk to reward has a win rate of 60%. And this 1-to-3 risk to reward has a win rate of 30%. Or just say 30%, which is pretty reasonable. Because if you are trading 1-to-1, you get most of your trade right. You arrive at take profit a lot quicker, ignoring what happens after. If you get 1-to-3 risk to reward, you will have a lot more reversals on you than the 1-to-1 risk to reward. So you can say my assumption is fair. But what is the reality? In 100 trades, 1-to-1 risk to reward is going to win 60 out of 100. 1-to-3 risk to reward is going to win 30 out of 100. But what is the impact? What does that? How does it affect in real life as a trader? One thing about trading is you don't know when your next take profit is going to come, nor do you know when your next stop loss is going to come. All you can actually do as a trader is what you can control, which is your edge and your risk. You can't say for a fact that this trade is going to be in profit or a loss, even if all your edge aligns. Meaning, this 1-to-1 risk to reward trader, call him car and call this bottle. Means car, the 1-to-1 risk to reward trader, may have out of 100 trades, may have a losing streak that is probably up to 2 or 3. Sorry, losing streak up to 3 or 4, because it is easier to win more. But this guy here may have losing streaks because he's losing more trades, may have losing streaks that are up to 10, between 8 or 9 trades, because you don't know how these profits are going to be distributed in 100 trades. You don't know if you are going to win your first 30 and you lose your next 70. You don't know if you are going to win one, then lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then win one again. You don't know the order. It's random. And out of 30 trades and 30 trades out of 100, there's an expectation that there are going to be bear period. There are going to be losing streaks in between. There are going to be periods where they are going to have 7 losses in a row. For this guy, that is terrible. I think about what that does to you. You wake up in the morning, today is a beautiful Monday morning, you look at a chart, you see a trade, you're optimistic, you take it and you win. Good day. They both have the same Monday. This winning rate is lower, this winning rate is higher. On Tuesday, they came on, they looked at the chart, they analyzed, and they saw something. This lost, this lost. They are still pretty comfortable. I mean, we're not going to win all our trades in the first place, or are we? See? They come back again on Wednesday, and they look. This one loses a trade. This one loses another trade. At the two of a loss, you still feel pretty good. It might be tomorrow, or it might be next. But then they come in on Thursday. This wins one trade, and these losing streaks continue. Think about it. The person who wins more trade has fewer losing streaks and is more psychologically balanced than this guy who is going to end up with a lot more losing streaks than this. Now, by the time this guy gets to day 4 or 5, he's beginning to lose his mind. He's beginning to wonder, what can I do differently? Is something wrong with the strategy? Is something wrong with the economic system? Has the market moved? Is this strategy still going to work for the rest of this period? Should I wait? Should I change pairs? Should I change strategy? Am I even a good trader? It gets to the head. And when there is a feeling like that, what you find is that he begins to lean more into actions that makes him fail. Begins to lean more into actions that make him fail. He begins to want to play it a little too safe or a little too rugged. Meaning, well, since we are being all nonchalant in this channel, might as well just lose out on the next trade. And that mentality as a trader is you setting yourself up for doom or switching strategy. I mean, you can imagine nothing is wrong with the strategy. The trade is still going to give you, probably going to give you your 30% win rate after a long time. However, you just have to trade long enough. But when you find yourself in a losing streak, you lose a lot of your emotions, a lot of your mental balance that may even cause you to lose more. But this one-to-one risk to reward trader doesn't go through that much of mental disorder. Should I say mental disorder? Doesn't go through that much mental battle or psychological battle because the wins are more than the loss, firstly. Then the losing streaks are less. This guy may end up with at most 4 losing days in a row. But this guy might go as far as 10 losing days in a row or 10 losing trades in a row. Think about what that does to the mind of a trader. A trader who is strong enough to handle losing streaks, that spans across weeks or months, that trader is in itself strong. But the reality is only a handful, even the most experienced trader, find themselves doing what I'm about to say, which is that you begin to probably, maybe not change strategy. No, maybe not change pair. Those are very obvious moves. However, you begin to resent the market. You look at it and you're like, ah, this is probably going to end up as a loss. So let's just freestyle. That sheer nonchalance, that sheer freestyling is probably going to be the reason why you are going to lose out on the trade. Or you begin to find yourself saying, it has to be today. I need to win today so I can believe. Not because you even need the money, just so you can believe that there's nothing wrong with you or the strategy. So now you ask yourself, this may be good in numbers, but is it worth the psychological sacrifice? So while picking out your strategy, you should understand the end. Do you want to be the car or okay, get my point. That is the reality of whatever risk to reward ratio you choose as a trader. And my advice is simple. Choose your battle and fight it with pride. If you want to hear more psychological POVs about trading, follow me. I post here twice every week. For us, stay blessed.